Have you ever wondered if it's possible to speak with a loved one after they've died? A shaman helped me speak to my father 5 years after he passed away. But when my father told me the secret to a higher plane of reality, my understanding of existence changed forever. We were from Ohio. My dad worked 16-hour days. He opened a dollar store while working full-time at the Honda plant in Marysville, Ohio. Too afraid to give up a stable paycheck for a new business, which meant the dollar store never got the attention it needed, which meant the stable job was what he was left with when the store ultimately failed. He was killed in a car accident on his way to work. He was 56. I visited a shaman to find answers. This bright-eyed woman begins asking me questions about what I want to learn. I ask about my father. I want to see if what she says measures up against the man that I knew. To see if a special connection with another world is really possible. But secretly, I found out I was going to be a father 72 hours earlier. My emotions under siege with late-night panic attacks, wondering if I'd fail fatherhood, not trusting myself to raise a new life and still accomplish my purpose, what I came to do here on earth, and failing to complete my spiritual mission. Will I spend too much time working, repeating the mistakes of my father, pushing another child into the world who's desperate to be seen? Even still, somehow my dad's the only person I want talking to me right now. The shaman closes her eyes, nestles her head back, and a spirit enters the room. The shaman says, "Your father finally knows how to love." Then a familiar voice speaks. "I'm standing in awe of you. You still wear the necklace I gave you at 13, when I told you that as long as you wear this, I'd always be with you. I've watched how you've responded to every invitation to open your heart, like how you left the university to develop your true teachings, or how you refused to do any work apart from love, or how you said yes to your daughter's birth, even when it was inconvenient. It takes a brave man to walk through this world, his heart open. I wish I could have opened mine while I was in human form. But you are different. You are that brave man. I can see that now that I live wide open, because I'm seeing from my cosmic self. The love of the true self is 1,000 times bigger than you can know, and you should know. The healing you do in this lifetime affects you across lifetimes. When you threw off the shackles of trauma to allow your child to be born, you were healing yourself in the present, but you were also healing me in the past. And not only that, all the fathers that came before you in your ancestral line, and all the fathers that will come after you through your descendants. When you healed me, you were healing them too. I smile. Pop, if a non-spiritual man like you, if you could understand the truth after death without any spiritual training, then that means all are already perfect. Only the illusion of survival makes it seem otherwise. While the physical body requires food and shelter, the being that animates that body does not. That's why you can never achieve or spread higher consciousness, for the spiritual self is already perfect. And you are already that. I nestle into peace at his words, but then feel this sadness. But if you could live this life all over again, I would have seen through the illusion of survival. No man survives forever. I'd live as I do now by higher consciousness, by what your world religions call God. I would have relaxed and seen that the point of living as a spiritual being in a human experience is to realize that even the food and shelter I work so hard to give you and your sister would always be provided by the great beingness itself, effortlessly. What kept you from seeing the truth while you were still here? It hurt every time you chose work over us. Made us feel like we weren't really wanted. I mean, why did you have to die to live? Just because each of us is already spiritually perfect does not guarantee that we experience that perfection in this lifetime. If it did, no one could ever know suffering. Perfection is only experienced to the degree that we let go of fear. I simply couldn't trust that you'd have all you needed without overexerting myself. Without spiritually training my mind on earth, I overlooked the truth. My psychological experience of the world was plagued by fear, so I pursued my dreams half-heartedly. But Dad, can I ask you one last question? If you would have realized your deeper heart while you were still human, letting wisdom purify your love, if you would have known you were supported the moment you relied on God for all your needs and nothing else, I wonder what you would have said differently to your children every night before they closed their eyes. What difference would it have made in the quality of your love? That's when the room settles into silence, and my Father calms, and the Spirit stills, and Dad says, I know you'll find out for me.
You don't want shoving it up your nose, Dad.
Father falls back into eternity, and the shaman opens her eyes, and I open my eyes.